पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Stanza 6. प्रत्यग्रूपः पराग्रूपात् व्यावृत्तोऽनुभवात्मकः प्रथते यस आत्मेति प्राहुरात्मविदो बुधाः। बहिर्मुखेन न ज्ञातम् प्रत्यक्तत्वमतिं विना यदज्ञातं परं तत्त्वम् तद्भवेत् सर्वकारणम्। Before all these embodiments were born, what was there? Only Purushakaraha Atma. So Atma, who is Purushakara. So Purushakara Atma is Virat Purusha. It presupposes if Virat Purusha was there, before Virat Purusha, Hiranyagarbha was there. Before Hiranyagarbha, Chaitanya Rupa, Atma Tattva, Paramatma Tattva was there. So for that purpose, he says that, what is that Atma Tattva? Pratyag Rupaha. So the one that is ever available as I, never subject to become this. Parak, Pratyak, these are two opposite words. That which can never become this Parak, external, but at the same time with the most interior, most internal, I, Pratyag Rupaha. Parag Rupad Vyavruttaha. Distinct from all that is external, entire Jagat, including our embodiment and the thoughts. Embodiment is thoughts do comprise in the embodiment. What do you mean by distinct? Vyavrutta, different from Jagat, including Upadhis. Distinct from Upadhis. What do you mean by that? The characteristic features are right opposite. What are the features of Jagat, including your embodiment and the thoughts? What are the features? Subject to what? First thing, birth. First birth, then growth, then undergoes his metamorphosis, etc. Decline, disease, death. Is it not? What it is called in Vedantic parlance? Shadvikara, 6 changes, 6 types of changes. Besides that, Jagat is inert in nature. It is something which is totally Jada, inert. Is it not? So now the question is, Vyavruttaha, distinct from. Jagat is subject to birth. Chaitanya Rupa Atma has no birth. Jagat is subject to death. This has no destruction. Jagat is subject to change. This is changeless. Jagat is inert. This is the very Chaitanya Tattva. So described as what? Anubhavatmakaha. The one who is of the nature of Anubhava. See, if you want to experience the Jagat, what do you need? Can you experience the Jagat just like that? Right now you are listening to me. It's also experience of the world. Can you listen just like that? No. You need, what all you need? First an embodiment, then sense organs, then antakarana, mind, intellect, and there is an entity who is listener, who is experiencer, who tries to know, understand what it is called in Vedantic parlance, pramata or anubhavita. The anubhavita, the pramata, the experiencer or the knower, what does it do? Makes use of this embodiment and interacts with the world to eke out the experiences or the knowledge. So, for any experience of the Jagat, for knowing anything from the Jagat, you have to rely on all these gadgets, including the one who operates the gadget, who is called as pramata or anubhavita, the experiencer or the knower. Whereas Chaitanya Rupa Atma is what? Anubhava-atmakaha. One who is nothing but experience, one for whose experience nothing else is required, including pramata, the knower, also is not required. That is why in sleep we do have experience even in the absence of who? The experiencer or the pramata, the knower. Why? Chaitanya Rupa Atma itself is what? Anubhava, 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 Anubhava. Just to see any object in the world, you provided the eyes are there, proper eyes are there, you need the light. But do you need the light to see a lamp or the sun? Atma Bodha, there is a statement. So, na deepasya anya deepecha. So, for a lamp, you don't need any other lamp. Why? Lamp itself nothing but light principle. So that being the case, so na deepasya anya deepecha. So here, this is the very experience principle, anubhava, anubhava, not dependent on even the experiencer with them, actually misnomer, so not dependent on that. So anubhava atmakaha, that is what is called as Atma. If that is the case, do we have Atma or not? Come on, tell me now. Do we have Atma or not? How do you say so? Acha, smarter. Okay, we are Atma. How do you say you have got Atma? First let us start with the we have got Atma. Afterwards we'll say we are Atma. Do you interact with the world? Are you listening right now? Of course, I think most probably. Even if you don't experience, at the best you will be sleeping, that's all. But do you sleep or not? That's what you have to say, yes, is it not? That experience is possible because of the Chaitanya Rupa Atma. So to begin with, Abba, we have got Atma. But finally you have to discover that is our Swarupa. That is actually me, that's a Pratyay Rupa. But unfortunately, we are taking Parak, including the embodiment and the thoughts, etc., which are Parak, we mistake it to be I. So we have to discover this Chaitanya Rupa itself is me. So Pratyak Rupa, that's why I say. So the question is, if this is our very Swarupa, then they say, why do we not know? Why all the way Sunday morning we have to come here to study Anubhuti Prakasha to discover what? Atma Swarupa. What is the necessity? So Atma is our Swarupa. He says, he gives the diagnosis now. Pratyak tat, we have seen the Anvaya. Pratyak tattva matim vina bahirmukhena nadnyatam yad adnyatam param tattva tad sarvakaranam bhavi. Is pratyak tattva matim vina. Without this, without what? Pratyak tattva mati. Pratyak is Atma. Atma tattva matim vina. Without the exact appreciation, without the direct cognition, without the Atma Anubhava. So without that, so otherwise also called Sakshatkara, the direct, that means direct cognition is there, direct knowledge, direct experience is there. So without that, again, of course, when you say direct experience, this experience differs from other experiences. Also direct knowledge, when you say, this knowledge differs from other knowledge. Why? In other knowledge or experience, experiencer is there, knower is there. Here there is, the Pramata himself is extinct in the actual knowledge. What is there? Only Anubhavatmaka, Jnana Swarupa, Jnapti Swarupa, Atma alone is there. So there are certain obstructions. If they are eliminated, what is there? Only knowledge only. So that Pratyak Tattva Matim Vina, without that, there is one alternate reading there. pratyak tattvam vina mitim. If you take that, so mitim means without, that is mitim vina. Mitim vina, so that is miti means accurate knowledge or precise ascertainment, precise determination. So that way you can take as miti. Miti means actually measurement. So without the accurate knowledge, without the precise ascertainment of Atma Sarupa, Pratyak Tattva is a Bahirmukhena na jnatam. It is not known by the person who is Bahirmukhaha, extrovert. An extrovert person cannot know Atma Tattva. Why this? All the time Shruti does emphasize on this. And to get rid of this Bahirmukhatva, to get rid of this extrovertedness, what does the Vedanta prescribe? What does it prescribe? Viveka, Vairagya. Why hammer on this Vairagya? Otherwise, Vedanta is so good except only one thing. What is it? Vairagya. If only Vairagya were not there, so how nice it would have been as far as Vedanta is concerned. What is that deprives of? So it is, look here, don't be under impression that Vedanta or the Shastras have got some sadistic pleasure in depriving the individual of little joy or pleasures one can derive from sense object. Why they should do? What is it? So let us see why it is so. A Bahirmukhaha is not able to know this. Why? Just let me know now. When you experience the world, when you know anything and everything in the world or experience that, how exactly you do it? What all you make use, or how exactly those experiences do take place? Of course, you have to make use of sense organs, organs of action. No doubt about that. So Indriyas you have to make use. But do the Indriyas give you the experience or knowledge by themselves? No. This we have seen many times. Right now, let us say you have got sound pair of ears. Nothing wrong with that. I am talking, at times shouting also. So, and yet, you may not have heard it. Possible. Right now, 2-3 cases may be there also. What is wrong? Nothing wrong with the ears. Still the person has not heard what I said. So means mind was elsewhere. Is it not? So mind also is required. So mind is required. So mind is required. What exactly the role of the mind? In hearing or experiencing or perceiving anything? What is the role of the mind? The mind, otherwise called antakarana, assumes a vritti, a thought corresponding to what is perceived. What is otherwise called as Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti. Without Antakarana Vritti, no experiences are ever possible in the waking and the dream state. In deep sleep state, of course, these Antakarana Vrittis are not there. These gross our thoughts are not there. There is something else in terms of Sukshma Vritti, what are called as Priya, Moda, Pramoda. So, whatever it may be, gross or subtle, some Vrittis are indispensable to give us the experiences of what we experience. Accepted? Now the fact is, whether the Priya, Moda, Pramoda, subtle Vrittis, or the gross vrittis available in the waking and the dream state, both varieties are inert in nature. So, and these vrittis correspond to the object experience, means they have got nama, rupa, the name and form of the objects perceived. Right? Okay. Now, they themselves are inert in nature. How can you know this? Without knowledge principle, you can't know these vrittis, just as you can't see an object without the principle of light. When the light illumines an object, you are able to see the object. Likewise, here, all vrittis, depending on the object perceived, which present you the corresponding experiences or knowledge, being inert, invariably need to be illumined, means made known by Chaitanya Tattva, the pure awareness principle, pure knowledge principle called as Atma Tattva. Now, when we experience objects like this, where is our attention focused? Where is our attention focused? Look, without Atma, you can never know anything. That's why KANVA says, Pratibodha viditam matam. Bodham prati viditam. Where have you to hunt for Atma? Where are you going to Kashi, Banaras, or Rameshwar, Kailas, Manas Sarovar to hunt what? Bhagavan or Atma? Pratibodha viditam. With respect to each and every thought that crops up in your mind, whether decent or not, desirable or undesirable, good or ugly, what makes you know is what? Atma, Chaitanya, your own Swarupa. So that means, in and through what we experience, Chaitanya Rupa, Atma is there. But our mind is focused on Nama and Rupa, the characteristic feature of that thought, means that thought corresponds to the object. And what is happened? So what is lost sight of is the very Chaitanya. For example, now for a change, look at this finger, all of you. Anybody who can't see? No, Acha. Fine. Now, look at this deity. All may not be able to see. Look at this deity here, or photograph that. See, that idol is there. Of Swamiji, the idol is there. Look at that. Now, when you look at this finger, do you see the idol? When you see the idol, do you see this finger? No. What happens? When the attention is focused at one, you lose sight of that simple is that. That's why we are not able to know what Atma Swarupa is. Our entire attention is focused on Nama Rupa, what we can get from the Vishayas, the sense object. Automatically what happened? That which makes us know the object, the Chaitanya, is lost sight of. That is exactly what happens when we see the objects. Any Rupa with eyes, when you see, look here, how do you see them? The object is illumined by the light, whatever may be the source of light, and when the object is lit, you are able to see, is it not? But when you see the object, do you ever think of the light there? You take it for granted. Why? Your mind is totally carried away by the Rupa, the object of the particular thing that is in front of you. So you just take the light for granted, you ignore the light, you are not at all aware of the light. That is exactly what happens. In each and every experience, we get carried away by the quality, texture, name, form of the object, totally ignoring the very principle which makes us know. So when it is said, Bahirmukhena nadnyatam, what the Shastra wants to say, look, when you are extrovert, when your mind is preoccupied in the Vishayas, in terms of their all features, etc., so it is not able to cognize your own Swarupa. That's the only thing. That's why Viveka Vairagya. Cut the world to its own size. Why do we run after the objects? Just like that? No one will do that. Everyone is very, very practical, including the most foolish person. That's why they say, Phalam anuddishya mandopi na pravartate. Without keeping in mind the result that I am going to get in return, even a foolish person will not take to any pursuit. So, we want to get something from the Vishayas. What is that we want to get something from the Vishayas? Of course, joy, contentment. Why you want to get from them? Because they are capable of giving. That is our wrong notion. All that Vedanta says, with an unbiased mind, without any prejudices, inquire that these objects are not capable of giving that. Even if they appear to give and certainly do give to some extent a paltry joy, etc., it is not their feature, it is the feature of your own Swarupa. So that's why Viveka Vairagya is required. And he says, because the mind is preoccupied there, Bahirmukhena Nadnyatam. And that means, though this Atma Swarupa is verily me, it can never be away from me. One is not able to know because of the extrovertedness. So, therefore he says, so therefore, to know that Bahirmukhatva has to be terminated. So now he says, this Atma was described in the earlier stanza and cannot be known because of Bahirmukhatva is the very cause, very basis of entire creation. So he says, Yad Adnyatam Param Tattvam. Whatever this Param Tattvam is there, Atma itself is described as Param Tattva. It is the most exalted one, the very basis of entire creation. Adnyatam, not simply Adnyatam doesn't mean simply unknown, it means Adnyanopahitam. This Paratattva, this Atma Tattva, which is conditioned by Adnyana, Adnyanopahitam, which is conditioned by Adnyana. It says Adnyanopahitam Param Tattvam. It says Tad, that one, Sarvakaranam Bhavi. Sarvakaranam, Sarvasya Jagataha Karanam. It's the cause of entire creation. The cause of entire creation. So it is the cause of entire creation. You may say, how do you say it is the cause of entire creation? If you take any object or being in the world, we do find many causes, is it not? For everything there is a cause. For a tree, what is the cause? Seed. So like this, so for this thing, for all beings, their own parents, etc. are the causes. Like that, everything has got one's own cause. How do you say this is the cause? Yes, that is true. Everything has got its own immediate cause, but this is the one which the cause of all the causes, the final cause, the ultimate cause, which has no further cause. So the causeless cause, which is the cause of everything in the sense without which nothing can exist, at the same time which has no cause whatsoever. So that in the case, so it is Sarvakaranam Bhavi. Now, what is our context? What were we discussing? Virat, don't forget. So, before all these embodiments were born, Atma alone, Purushakara Atma stands for Virat Atma. Virat Atma alone was there, that was said. But Virat Atma, when you say, without Atma, the Chaitanya Rupa Atma, Virat Atma cannot exist, cannot have existence. So therefore, what is Atma Swarupa was told. Now, what relation is there between this Virat and this Chaitanya Rupa Atma? So let us see now. So that means this Virat also is born from this Atma Swarupa because of specific types of the karma and upasana. So having done specific types of karma and upasana, this Virat embodiment has come into existence. Viradapi tato jadne trailokyatmaka dehavan. Yathokta jnana karmabhyam evam pratyak viradabhut. Anvaya Trailokyatmaka dehavan Viradapi Tataha Jadne त्रैलोक्यात्मक देहवान विराडपि ततः जज्ञे एवं यथोक्त ज्ञान कर्मभ्याम प्रत्यग विराड भूत एवं यथोक्त ज्ञान कर्मभ्याम प्रत्यग विराट अभूत त्रैलोक्यात्मक देहवान विराट अपि. This Virat, whose embodiment is what? Trailokyatmaka. All the lokas means entire creation. So entire creation. Again keep in mind. Here what is said, before all these embodiments are born, what was there? Virat. But we have seen before Virat what was who? Who was there? Hiranyagarbha. Before Hiranyagarbha, Atma, Paramatma, Chaitanya Rupadas. Know that order. That's why in Chandogya and Aitareya, Atma eva idamagra asit, Sadeva Swami idamagra asit doesn't refer to Virat. Straight away refers to Chaitanya Rupa Atma, Paramatma, Brahma, Tattva. But here the context is of Virat Tattva. Therefore it has taken first, but it has to presuppose the existence of Atma even before this. In between the link is that of Hiranyagarbha. So now it says, this Virat who has got the physical embodiment, what physical embodiment he has got? Trailokyatmaka Dehavan. The one who has got entire Trailokya, the group of three words, otherwise called as Chaturdasha Bhuvanani, 14 lokas. Bhuhu Bhuvaha Suvaha Mahaha Janaha Tapaha Satyam. Then Atala Vitala Talatala Mahatala Patala Rasatala. Like this. 7 up, 7 down. So actually their Brahmanda consists of Chaturdasha Bhuvanani, 14 lokas. These 14 lokas are regrouped in 3 lokas. So that is how that is Bhuhu Bhuvaha, no, Atala Vitala, including the Bhu, earth, all Patalas are taken as one Bhuhu. Bhuvaha stands for Andariksha. Swaha stands for all Swaha and all the heavens above. Swaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. So 14 are reclubbed in 3. So therefore, when he said Trailokya, so Trailokya, the group of 3 lokas means 14 lokas only. The entire creation, entire Jagat. So Trailokyatmaka Dehavan, the one who has got the entire Jagat as one sole embodiment. So that Dehavan, who is that? Viradapi, even that Virat, from where is he born? Tataha. Tataha means Pratichaha. From that Pratyagatma, Pratichaha, from that Pratyagatma, Tataha, Jadne is born. So, Jadne, Janjayate, 4th conjugation, it is licked, perfect, 3rd person, singular. So, Jadne was born. So, it is born. What is born? Virat means from Atma only Virat is born. How is it born? So there is specific upasana and karma to get this embodiment. Evam yathokta jnana karmabhyam. On account of the jnana and karma. So be careful about the word jnana. Jnana word is also used for upasana. So upasana. Evam, in this manner. In this manner means what? As told in the earlier Aranyaka portion. So as I told you, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad starts from the 3rd Aranyaka of Brihadaranyaka. First 2 Aranyakas where Pravargya karma etc. is described. All these details of karma upasana of the Virat is mentioned there, so that one who takes to those karma and upasanas, yathokta. Yathokta, as told in the Aranyaka portion, by what? Jnana karma bhyam. On account of, by the means of, Jnana stands for Upasana, Karma, specific Upasanas and Karmas are recommended to gain the Prajapati status. So what does it do? Pratyak, that Pratyagatma itself, but Ajnanopadhi. So with Ajnanopadhi, what happened? Virat Abhu became the Virat. So who became Virat now? Atma itself became Virat. Actually, we'll see afterward. This Virat is a Jiva like any of us. Is a Jiva like any of us? Yes. And then he got this status, this embodiment of Virat. We can also get it, is it not? That you can decide afterward. Wait for a while, okay? So that you can decide afterward. But certainly you can also get it. How can you get it? By those specific karmas and upasanas, you can certainly get it. Everyone is eligible. Just as every citizen is eligible to become the Prime Minister, whether idiot or never mind. Okay, that's okay. But eligibility is there. That is the constitution. So likewise, so everyone is eligible to become Praja, Virat, not only Virat, Hiranyagarbha also. Hiranyagarbha also he can become. No, that is, everyone is qualified. But what is that? One should be eligible in terms of this specific upasana and karma. So that is it. So that means the Pratyagatma itself, that means an individual jiva, by taking to specific type of karma and upasana, Virat Abhu, so became the Virat. Afterwards it will be shown there are many contestants, and among them the first one who cleansed all the papas and became eligible got the post. As I told you last time, first talk I told. For medical seats, etc., at least there are few hundred. After reservation also, you have to keep away. At least few hundred seats are there. If you clear CET and come in the merit list, at least few hundreds can be there. Here, how many seats? Only one seat. Others also are eligible, but they have to stand in the queue. Nothing. And the tenure of this Prajapati, don't ask at all. Hiranyagarbha, you can't imagine. So that means still then the fellows have to have the patience and to work for it. Anyway, now it says, the Shruti says, this Virat is nothing but who? Atma only. But now the question is, this status is promotion or demotion? It is something like exalted status or undesirable status. If you ask us, what is it? Exalted or not? No. Because you don't know what is Prajapati status. That's why you are telling that. Or something you have heard about Vedanta. You should have Vairagya for everything. You're not knowing what Vairagya is. So if you say it's yes, Swamiji will say wrong. So therefore what? You want all of the tick mark. Yes, no. Yes. It is what? What is that? It is not desirable, you say. The power, etc., wielded is not ordinary, but that also is not desirable. That is, the Shruti itself is going to make it clear. Of course, who Vidyaranya Muni also is going to point it out. It says, now know what the Shruti does? Ayyo, he says. Shruti sympathizes with this Virat. What a pity. So, what is that? That is denying one's own Swarupa, which is so exalted, Atma Swarupa, got hooked to this post of Virat. It says Anukrosha of Shruti. Anukrosha means what? A cry of despair. Generally mothers do it. When the children don't behave properly, etc., and with all sympathy and pity, ayyo, what? Cursing is different. That is different, not that. There is also other karta, kashala, janala. That is a different thing. So why this fellow is born? That is a different thing. Beside that, out of, you say, out of means the love is there, love and sympathy is there. Why this fellow does like this, etc. Out of, that is like this despair. So that is what anukrosha. So that is out of, that is Shruti is distressed to see. So that is he like this. That means this is what is happening. So let us see. Saesha paramopyatma kosha panchaka dharanat saurutta purushakaraha kama vidyadyupaplutaha saha eshaha atma paramaha api kosha panchaka dharanat no, you take that way. Saha eshaha atma paramaha api, then take last phrase. Kama vidyadyupaplutaha, then kosha panchaka dharanat purushakaraha samvruttaha, saha eshaha atma paramaha api, very same atma which was described and now told what? From Virat is from whom? Same atma. If Virat is same atma, what is the relation between Virat and atma? He says this Virat is nothing but atma only. Saha eshaha atma, and what is his nature? Paramaha api, though parama. What do you mean by parama? Though free from all upadhis, including Virat upadhi, including Hiranyagarbha upadhi, including Ishvara's upadhi. So, free from all upadhi. Saha eshaha atma paramaha api. Then what happened? Kama vidyadyupaplutaha. Upaplutaha means assailed, distressed, beset. Assailed by, distressed by, beset by kama vidyadi, kama, avidya, karma, all these avidya, kama, karma, otherwise called as hridaya granthi. By these kama vidyadi, so by these, so assailed by that. So because of this, what happened? Same one, kosha panchaka dharana. So that is identified with the 5 koshas: Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Andamaya kosha, which are mistaken as I at different levels. So kosha panchaka dharana, purushakaraha, having the body of a human being. So that means having the human form. Samvruttaha, happened, means same atma happens to be what? This Virat. But how? Not directly, being conditioned by kama, avidya, karma, and wielding and identifying with the kosha panchaka. This is what happens. That is what say Shruti says, what a pity. Who is it? Paramaha api. Though free from all these, who is nothing but Satchidananda Sarupa, no birth, no death, no trace of sorrow, nothing but Ananda Sarupa, and yet what happens? So this is what has happened. Look, here what is required is Shraddha. Though not discovered, Shruti will not tell something. Today, where is our Shraddha? Mass media, internet, computer, whatever they say is correct. Remember, there is a person behind all those, and who is equally idiot like all of us. It happened, no? I was just seeing something. A spell check was given, not in English. Somebody was demonstrating me operating. One new program was set in a new language, Kannada it was. So he was demonstrating. And the spell check was, you see, he just put this in. The word was Guru Galu. The computer, attack it corrected Guru Galu. The U Virga was shortened. Now what am I to do? Computer has given, is it not? And remember, the program was not by ordinary people. SIDAC, you know SIDAC? SIDAC from Pune is the one who has designed the supercomputer which America declined to give the software for that. You know, many years back it happened. It is a government organization. Of course, they are not bothered with the marketing, but the brain is, as far as the brain is concerned, they have done the job. They are not ordinary people. In fact, it says, when delegation came from America to find out that means what? Possibility of business, of computer only. And some agent took them to SIDAC to show what this is. So they asked, what are you doing presently, etc. They showed whatever that was there. Jnaneshwari was being put on this software for audio visual. And they showed. When they saw it, they said, we have nothing to offer you. They said, at best we can collaborate with you, but we have nothing to offer. Don't think Indian brain is this thing. There is no brain drainage. Only drained brains have gone there. Okay. Only drained brains have gone to abroad, that's all. But because of the facility available there, they have come up, that's all. But that's as far as Indian brain is concerned, it is not an ordinary brain, but unfortunately we know not our own capacity. We are aping the West. That's okay, that's a different thing. So this is what it is. Now, am I to correct it that? Obviously, the programmer has not taken into account a grammar rule. When I made it Guru, that is Guru Galu. There was another word, and in Kannada what is done is this and mattu means and this is avoided. Means there is some harshness in this thing. So say that. So Ramanu Lakshmananu, Rama mattu Lakshmananu, Ramanu Lakshmananu, that both places joined, what happens? That and comes there. So that is that. Obviously, programmer has not taken into account the grammar rule. That's all. So remember, he's also an ordinary person. So he can have it, he has only own limitation. You can't have total Shraddha there. So long as it works, that is fine. Practical aspect I am not saying, but it is not that you can totally rely. But nowadays that happens. Who divides the computer? Man only. But the people have got so much Shraddha because every this thing has got, however much artificial intelligence may be, it has got its own limitation, not like human brain. I think somebody did this research. He showed it. Suppose if you feed to the computer, say that is a glass falls. That means the water in the glass falls. And what happens? The glass breaks. Now, water in the glass jug falls and breaks. If you put that, it will not tell you why. It is programmed for water in the glass only, not in the jug. But what about a child also? Child also can tell you. Some great scientist has said, computer doesn't have the brain of even 2-3 years old child. Because it can make out, but not the computer. So it will strictly go along with according to the programmed software only. Anyway, it may be useful. I'm not questioning that. So that first Shraddha must be there. Who says this all? Shruti says. What purpose Shruti has got? So Shruti has nothing to get anything from us. Out of compassion, out of love more than thousands of mother put together, it tells, my dear, this is your Sarupa, how you have disowned it. But what happens? We have no Shraddha. If someone says that in the newspaper, etc., we readily swallow it, but not what Shruti said. That's why Shraddha is important to start with. Maybe we have not discovered the truth, but Shruti can never tell something which is wrong, because Shruti has no business to do that. From that standpoint, Anukrosha, that means a pity, out of sympathy, it cries as it were. What a lot. He said, Paramaha api, even though Paramaha, she said, Kosha Panchaka Dharana, because of identification with this. And why he got identified with the Kosha Panchaka? Kama Vidya Dipaplutaha, assailed by Kama Vidya Karma. So same Atma what happens to become this Purushaha Virat. Now Virat has come into existence. And what is the body of Virat? Entire gross Jagat. When Virat was born, gross Jagat was born, even sun was born, because that will come in some other context, we'll see that. But the individual embodiments of what you call as 84 lakhs of species, they were not born. They will be born now as such. But otherwise the gross world was born, and that itself was his body. Just as our individual body is our body, so the entire gross world was the body of Virat. Now what happened? Let us see. Sonu Vikshatma Mohotham Vairajam Rupamaatmanaha Napashyada Param Kinchit Sohamasmi Tyathabhyadhat Saha Atma Mohotham Atmanaha Vairajam Rupam Anuviksha Saha Atma Mohotham Atmanaha Vairajam Rupam Anuviksha Aparam Kinchit Na Apasya Aparam Kinchit Na Apasya Atha Saha Ahamasmiti Abhyadha Ahamasmiti Abhyadha Saha. Who is that Saha? Virat, the Virat Purusha. What did he do? Virat Atma. So what did he do? Atma Mohotham Atmanaha Vairajam Rupam Anuviksha. Anuviksha, having seen what? One's own body. What is that body? He says, how is it born? Atma Mohotham. Uttam means born of Atma Moha. Atma Moha means Ajnana of Atma. Not knowing what the Swarupa Paramaha api was told. The Nirupadhika Swarupa Atma Swarupa, not knowing on account of ignorance of one's own Swarupa. So that means this embodiment which is born of ignorance of oneself, that is what he said, Atma Mohotham. What is that born of ignorance? Atmanaha Vairajam Rupam. One's own body. What type of body? Virat body. So one's own Virat body, the macrocosmic gross body, the entire gross body. So having seen Anuviksha, what did he do? Aparam Kinchit Na Apasya. Anything other than oneself he didn't see at all. Anything other than oneself he didn't see. What is that? Only me only. But what me? For example, see, you are at a solitary place. What do you say? No one else is there except me. But even that is not a pakka statement. No one else, when you say no other living being is there, but something else, many things other than you are there. The earth where you are standing or sitting is there. Trees may be there. Mountain may be there. Birds, of course, birds may not be there. So like this, other things will be there. So, but here it is not that way. Entire gross body is what? His body. There is nothing other than me. He said, therefore he said, Aparam Kinchit Na Pashat. Because everything is that me only, Virat body only. My body alone is there. That is what he saw. So therefore, other than him, other than Virat body, nothing other, because entire Jagat was his body. And what did he say? Atha, having seen himself alone, Atha, he said, Ahamasmi iti abhyadha. He said, I am. He said, I am. What a great thing, is it not? I am. Look, great thing, whether you say I am or not. we say I am because he said I am. Okay, that will see now. Because Virat in the beginning, not saying anything else, me alone is, and he said I am. Same is what? Followed by all of us. Because from where we have come? We have come from same Virat only will be seen afterward. So he said I am. Let us see what happens afterward. Ahamityeva namasya sampannam tena laukikaha tatprishta swam swamatmanam ahamityabhichakshate ahamiti eva asya nama. Asya nama. Nama says that asya nama. Sampannam. Ahamiti eva asya nama sampannam. Tena laukikaha tatprishtaha. There is an alternate reading. It can be a better reading. Tatsrishtaha. You can make a note of that also. I think it is, in that footnote it is there. Tatsrishtaha. That seems to be a better reading. Tatsrishtaha or tatprishtaha. Tatsrishtaha. Swam swam atmanam ahamiti abhichakshati. As it is. So ahamiti eva asya nama sampannam. So what did Virat refer to oneself as? I am. Aham asmi. So what happened? Virat got the name. What name it got? Aham. I. So therefore ahamiti eva. Verily as I. Aham. Asya. Asya means Virat Atmanaha. Virajaha. Of this Virat Purusha. So Nama, the name. Sampannam. Sampannam is the correct one, the perfect one, or became. It got the name. So it got the name Aham, or the name Aham is perfect for this Virat because itself said that I am. As a result of this, Tena, because of that reason that Virat Purusha refer to oneself as I. What do the other people do now? Laukikaha, all the people in the world. Tatsrishtaha. So Tatsrishtaha, Tena Viraja Srishtaha. Created by that Virat. So created by Virat. Tatsrishtaha. Or if you take Tat Prishtaha, means Tena Prishtaha. That Tena doesn't refer to Virat. Virat is not going to ask you who you are. So by any person, if anyone asks you, by any person, I ask, who are you? So what you take refer to yourself as? Swam Atmanam Ahamiti Abhichakshate. That Tat Prishtaha is better because if somebody asks, same thing, first I am is told, will be described later. So that is Tatsrishtaha, Tena Viraja Srishtaha. All those means entire beings created by the Virat. Of course, human beings, because others will not be able to speak. So what they say? Swam Atmanam Ahamiti Adhichakshati. Once Samatman in oneself, what they refer to? Ahamiti as I, Abhichakshati, call or refer to. Abhichakshati, refer to. They refer to was to oneself as what? Aham, I. In other languages it can be correspondingly. Don't say, others don't use the Sanskrit. Whatever that I, corresponding to Aham in any language, whatever that is that I, so that is what they refer to. Why? In the beginning, Virat Purusha referred to oneself as I. Kosha Panchaka Yuktasya Pratyak Tattvasya Nama Tat Viraja Krutamitte Tat Sarva Sadharanam Matam. Kosha Panchaka Yuktasya प्रत्यक्तत्वस्य तत्नाम विराजा कृतम् इति एतत् सर्वसाधारणं मतम्। कोश पंचक युक्तस्य प्रत्यक्तत्वस्य तत्नाम। Actually, it is whose name it is? It is the name of Pratyaktattva only. What is Pratyaktattva? Pratyagatma, of the Pratyagatma. But it is not simple Pratyagatma. Kosha Panchaka Yuktasya. One who is endowed, identified with the 5 koshas, Pancha koshas. Means our own embodiment called Pancha koshas at different levels, different koshas are there. So Kosha Pancha Yuktasya Pratyak Tattvasya means of that Atma conditioned by Pancha Kosha, Tat Nama, that is the name. What is the name? Aham. Aham is the name. Who gave that name? Because generally names are given, is it not? Who gave that name? He says Viraja, by Virat Atma. Kritam. Kritam means name given. Made means name is given. Given by Virat. This name for Pratyagatma endowed with Panchakosha was given by who? Virat. So therefore, iti etat. Iti etat means because of this reason. Because of this reason, what reason? That Virat Atma gave the name to Pratyagatma endowed with Panchakosha as what? Aham, I. Because of this reason, it is what? Sarva Sadharanam Matam. It is considered Aham, I. This name is considered as the common name for all. It is a common name for all. Specific name are given by who? Names are given by who? Parents. Parents or who are that? Others give the specific name. The common name is what? This, I. So, Sarva Sadharana means common to all. Then, Asadharana name also is there. Means a specific name also is there. Everyone starts saying Aham, Aham, what will happen? How Vyavahara will take place? Huh? Then the parents give a specific name for a specific Panchakosha, is it not? Body consisting of Panchakosha. There also there are half a dozen of half a dozen. So there are dozens of names. Then one is official name, the other is supposed to be unofficial name. In unofficial name, everyone speaks of what? The name that suits or that is desired by them or that liked by them only. All these are called secondary names, asadharana name. The primary name is what? Aham, I. Given by who? Virat, the first father of all the gross bodies. So by him only it was given. So that is what is said now. Asadharana dehasya tat pitradina kritam devadattadikam nama jaghanyam purvanamataha tat pitradina kritam devadattadikam nama, add tat asadharana dehasya, add bhavati and tasmat, purvanamataha, jaghanyam, again add bhavati, purvanamataha, jaghanyam, again add bhavati. Swasti Prajapati